Hello everyone, welcome. Don't jump to a reading yet. I'm going to explain the spread. I'll tell you what the crystals are. I'll tell you about the oracle cards. I want to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. You have as much information as possible so you can select the best reading. So bear with me for a moment. It'll be worth it. Today we're talking about a decision that you're making. This spread is not going to tell you like the outcome or the pros and cons or anything like that. The spread today is supposed to give you clarity on the decision. So it will give you additional information that you should take into account. It'll probably make the decision-making process easier just because it will illuminate some things for you. It'll give you a lot of insight. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that this reading helps you with your decision. Let me tell you what the cards are going to be. So the first card is going to be a hope or a fear that you have about this decision. Card number 2, something you need to focus on while making the decision. Card number 3, energy to release. This could be a past experience. It could be some aspects of the self that you need to let go of. Card number 4, a past experience that you should consider while making this decision. Card number 5 is a strength of yours that you maybe need a reminder of while you're making this decision. And card number 6 is where you can find external or outside support during this process. So that could be a person or a situation or anything like that, an environment. So you'll get tons of information about the decision. If you are looking for a spread that will tell you more about the outcome or the pros and cons, or maybe you're deciding between two things, I actually have a whole playlist on this channel that, well, I'm making it sound like more than it is. It is a playlist, but right now there's only 3 videos in it, including this. But one of the videos, which I'll link right now, will tell you about choice A and choice B, the outcome of each, and things like that. The second video is more so telling you about the outcome of one specific path, that if you decide to take that specific path. So I'll link those. After you watch this, feel free to go watch those if you want to learn more about the outcomes, the pros and cons, things like that. Those readings will give you some additional insight, more so into the outcome and into the future. So the cards that you see here on the table are from the Flower Oracle. Loving this deck. If you are curious about the deck, maybe you want to buy it or see more of the cards, I'll link another video now that you can watch so you can see more of the cards. And then the actual reading today is going to be with the Zodiac Tarot. I'll link a video for this as well if you're curious about seeing more of these cards. I like the energy of both of these decks, so I think we're going to get a good reading today out of both of them. So let me walk you through the crystals and the cards. Our first crystal, carnelian. The card is bat. Misunderstanding, good fortune, perception. Yellow calcite. And marigold. Spirituality, homecoming, celebration. Purple obsidian. Botanist. Understanding, partnership, conservation. Smoky quartz. And hibiscus. Health, zest, resistance. All right, hopefully one of the readings is calling to you. If not, feel free to pause the video, take a second, take some deep breaths, meditate, ground yourself. You can leave the image on the screen, and then eventually one should jump out at you. Take what resonates in your reading and leave the rest. If it's not sounding like your situation, just come back here and try again. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy your reading, and I will see you there. Welcome to reading number 1. You can see on the left the carnelian, and the oracle card is bat. Misunderstanding, good fortune, perception. Remember to take what resonates here and leave the rest. I might provide a few different interpretations of the cards, so take what applies to you. Not everything might apply, and that's okay. If you feel like this reading is not making much sense for your situation, that's okay too. Just jump back to the introduction and try selecting a new one. Let's get into it. We're going to gain a lot of clarity on your decision. Again, this is not too focused on the outcome or like pros and cons. just additional information for you that might help you make this decision. So we'll start with a hope or a fear that you have about this decision. Six of Swords. Okay. So I think you're hoping that this decision will lead to some kind of a transition, some kind of a journey. If you're going through a difficult time right now, you hope that through this decision, things will become more calm and that it will lead you to new possibilities. Let's take a look at something that you need to focus on while deciding. The Star. Okay. So first and foremost, you need to focus on what is actually giving you hope and what you find to be motivating. The Star is about having a path that you can follow that gives you hope and purpose. But in this deck in particular, this card is also about community. So maybe thinking about focusing on what will be best for your community. Also, focus on the idea of conformity. Do you want to conform? Do you not want to conform? That is also something that you need to think about while you're deciding. Energy to release. So this is not serving you and you should let it go while you're making this decision. 9 of Cups. Okay, 9 of Cups is all about waiting happily, having confidence that you know everything is going to work out. That is not serving you here. This is like a passive card. I think action is required here. You cannot just wait for a new opportunity or like the decision to be sorted out for you. You're going to have to take action here. So you need to release this energy. Let's look at a past experience of yours that you should consider while you're making this decision. 4 of Swords. Okay, so a period in your life where you were healing, there was rest, there was recovery. That experience is going to give you some clarity and some insight about your current decision. Because through rest and recovery, it maybe led you to acceptance and maybe some expanded vision. So you just had a better idea of what was possible, what you wanted in life, things like that. That's what I'm referring to when I say expanded vision. Let's take a look at a strength of yours that might help you with this decision. The 2 of Wands. Okay, so I think you are comfortable with choice. You know, choice doesn't really scare you off because the 2 of Wands is about choice. I think you also know how to observe before you take action. Maybe that's why you're in this energy of waiting comfortably. You're like observing. And when you do take action, you make sure it's effective and you make sure it's focused. So I think it's time to use that focused and effective action. Let's take a look at somewhere you can find external support. Queen of Wands. Okay, this is a person that might help you with this. A feminine energy. Doesn't mean woman. It might be a woman, but this is just feminine energy. This could be a fire sign or a water sign. I'm going to describe the person for you and hopefully they come to mind because they might be able to give you some advice or they might have an additional insight for you, or maybe they've gone through something similar. So they are confident, vibrant, motivated, ambitious, charismatic, and intuitive. You can see that the Queen of Wands is holding a black cat. Black cat can mean maybe that they're a little witchy, maybe they're into tarot cards or crystals or things like that. But take a closer look here. Maybe there's some additional signs. You know, maybe they like sunflowers, maybe they have a cat, anything like that. Take a close look. Hopefully you have a person in mind because this person will offer some support. Okay. I hope this gave you some clarity. Again, if you want to explore like outcome or if you're choosing between two things, I'm going to link the decision-making playlist so you can explore those videos. I might have already linked it, so if it's not popping up in the eye in the corner, just click on it and it'll be there for you. And those will give you can watch those as well and it'll give you some extra insight into whatever you're deciding. I wish you the best. I hope it works out for you. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm a new channel and that really helps me out. Otherwise, thank you for spending some time with me today, and I hope you'll join me again in a future video. Welcome to reading number 2. You can see on the left the yellow calcite and the oracle card, which is Marigold, Spirituality, Homecoming, Celebration. I couldn't read that. I had to get closer to it. Sorry. Okay, so the spread for today is all about gaining clarity about a decision that you're making. Again, this is not going to tell you like the outcome or the pros and cons. I have other spreads on the channel that will tell you that information. They're already linked, so it's not going to pop up in the eye, but if you click on it, it'll be in there for you. So if you want to know that information, please go there after this reading, and those will lay it all out for you. But this reading is all about gaining clarity, so you'll get lots of information that will definitely help you make the decision, and I hope it's useful. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I might offer a few interpretations of the same card. So when I say take what resonates, that definitely means to take what is applying to your situation. And because there might be stuff that doesn't apply just because this is more of a collective reading. Enough yapping. Let's get into it. The first card is a hope or a fear that you have about this decision. 8 of Wands, speed. 8 of Wands is speed. Got to go fast. So that could either be a hope of yours. You want things to change quickly. You want things to move quickly. Or it might be scary for you if things are moving too fast. Also about communication. So you might be wanting to communicate your intentions with people. You might want people to talk to you about what's going on. And the 8 of Wands is also about feeling free. You just want to feel free, like anything is possible. I could see how that could be scary. I could see how that could be a hope. And if there's some kind of a problem that you're facing right now, you're hoping that you'll come to a solution through this decision. Let's take a look at something that you need to focus on while you're deciding. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Destiny. You need to focus on destiny. I think, this decision, there might be an opportunity or a chance involved in this decision that was maybe something was presented to you outside of your control. So be aware of how the decision that you're making is affecting your destiny and the opportunities that will present itself to you. Focus on success. Focus on the fact that things move in cycles. If you don't act when the time is right, it might slip through your fingers and then the Wheel of Fortune just keeps on spinning. So focus on that. Actually, both of these cards are about synchronicity. So timing and is going to be really important. You got to strike when the timing is right. Let's take a look at energy to release. Justice. Okay. This energy is not serving you in this decision, so you got to let it go. Justice is all about rules. If you think that there's rules that you should be following or steps that you should be taking, a lot of people also think that, life needs to happen in a certain order and certain things need to be done in a certain order. And life just does not work like that. Let go of the idea of rules or things that you should be doing or have to do. Let go of the idea that life is fair. That's not serving you here. And also, if you think that you should be doing what's beautiful, the best thing, and that's not serving you either. Especially if you got to strike while the iron is hot. You just got to go with it and run. You can't think too much about rules or what's going to be the most beautiful, harmonious option. Okay, past experience of yours that you need to take into consideration. Knight of Cups. Okay. If you are an artist or you're a creative person and your art or the stuff that you've made has been really inspiring for you or other people, that's the situation that you need to consider here. If you had a romantic love in the past that you felt really passionate for, that gave you a lot of motivation, it really inspired you, take that into consideration as well. A strength of yours. Page of Wands. Okay. I think you just have this fresh new energy. You have a pure heart. You're enthusiastic. You're ready for adventure. That is really going to help you here, especially if you got to do things quickly. You got to seize the moment, seize your destiny. This attitude is going to really help you. Just go into it with pure intentions, a pure heart, enthusiastic, excited about it. Go for it. That might help you with this decision. Let's take a look at external support. 3 of Pentacles. I love that for you. I love to see this here. There are people around you who want the same things as you. There's a team that will support you, collaborate. They're going to help with construction, development, long-term planning. There are people that have the same ideas as you and have the same goals. So you'll have support in this decision and with whatever you end up actually doing. Okay. I hope the reading resonated. If it did, leave a like and let me know in the comments what this decision is about. I like to hear what's going on in your lives. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm a new channel and that really helps me out. Thank you for spending some time with me today, and I hope you'll join me again in a future video. Welcome to reading number 3. You can see on the left the purple obsidian, and your oracle card was botanist, understanding, partnership, conservation. Okay, so just to reiterate, this spread is not going to like tell you about the outcome or like the pros and cons of, your decision. This is just going to give you some clarity. You're going to get a lot of information here. I think having this information will definitely help you with the decision. And if you want to know about the outcome or the pros and cons and whatever, I have already linked in the decision-making playlist that I have on the channel with a couple other readings. So check those out after this one. But I do think that this one is really going to help as well. The first card, actually before I do that, remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. And when I say that, it's like, I might offer a few interpretations of one card, and that's because in, collective readings like this, something might apply to one person, but it might not apply to another and vice versa. So take what's resonating with you. And if this is not sounding like your situation at all, feel free to go back to the beginning, maybe take an extra second to really look at all 4 piles, all 4 cards, and hopefully you end up in the right place. Anyways, that's enough yapping. Let me get into it. So the first card is a hope or a fear that you have about this decision. 3 of Cups. Okay, I do think that this is a hope. You want to connect with other people and definitely connect with friends. Maybe you want to make more friends. You maybe want to plan and work with other people. You want to have shared experiences and embrace abundance through those shared experiences. Let's take a look at something that you need to focus on while you're making this decision. The Hermit. Okay, the Hermit is a card about wisdom, introspection. So get to know yourself a little bit better. Focus on what's going to be best for you. What's the best path forward for you? Focus on being independent. Focus on being self-sufficient. Try to stay calm during this process and think of it as a search. This is not going to happen quickly. I think you should focus on one step at a time. Okay, this step is completed. What step is coming next? Let's take a look at energy that you need to release. So this is not serving you here in the decision, and so you should probably let it go. That is the Ace of Wands. Interesting. So, okay, I think it makes sense along with this card. This card is about passionate adventure, things happening quickly, and that is definitely not the energy of the Hermit. So I think you need to let go of this idea that things are going to happen fast. You're going to be super passionate about it. Maybe let go of the idea that there's going to be this new project or this new opportunity handed to you, and all you'll have to do is say yes to it. I don't think that that's how things are going to play out here for you. Instead, you want to be taking things slow. You want to be methodical, step by step, and have a focus on maintaining your independence and your self-sufficiency. Let's take a look at a past experience of yours that you should consider while making this decision. That's the King of Wands. Okay, this could be 2 things. It could be you, something that you've experienced and an energy that you've had in the past, or this could be a person that has helped you in the past, or something that a person you've observed go through something similar. And if it's another person, it could be, I think it's fire and earth. So a fire sign or an earth sign. The King of Wands is a leader, but also helps their community. Has a lot of common goals with the people in the community, very charismatic, is cautious, but is not afraid to take action. Again, that idea of being super passionate and rushing into something, that's not really this. This is a person who's more cautious and helps the community. Hopefully that means something to you. Otherwise, let's take a look at a strength of yours that might help you in this decision. The Chariot. Okay. You're ambitious and you do know what motivates you. The Chariot is not just a card that's about movement and travel. It's about the emotions that are fueling you, what's motivating you. The Chariot is pulled by 2 horses, one representing logic, one representing emotion. Perhaps you have a good balance between the 2. Maybe you're also just not afraid of movement. You're not afraid of change. You're not afraid of travel. And maybe that excites you, and that's a strength here. Let's take a look at external support. Okay, 10 of Swords. So, For you, I think this probably means that you're in a situation in life where something is already kind of reaching its natural end, its natural conclusion. The Ten of Swords is about the end of a cycle. It might be a painful end, but the only place to go is up, and understand that it's over. So whatever is coming to a natural end for you right now, that's actually where you can find some support for this decision, because this is actually a good opportunity to start something new, or to let go of this and be ready to move into the next cycle. So that's actually something that's helping you here. Even if it hurts that it's ending, it is still helping in some way. Okay, I hope the reading resonated. Leave a like if it did. Let me know in the comments what's going on. I love to hear from you guys. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm a new channel. That really helps me out. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Again, if you want to know more about outcomes and pros and cons and such like that, check out the linked playlist. Otherwise, thank you, and I hope you'll join me again in a future video. Hello and welcome to the fourth reading. You can see on the left the smoky quartz and the oracle card, which is hibiscus, health, zest, resistance. We're going to get a lot of clarity about your decision today, but keep in mind this is not going to discuss like the outcome or the pros and the cons. I've already linked the playlist for you that has readings that will do that. It's in the eye. It won't pop up because I've already linked it, so you'll have to click it and you'll see the playlist in there for you. Take a look at those if you want to explore that. But this reading will give you a ton of information, and I think it will help you with this decision. It'll give you some clarity. So take what resonates and leave the rest. And when I say that, I mean like there's a few interpretations for the cards, and I might offer multiple for each card. That's just because something that resonates for one person won't resonate for another, and vice versa. So take what resonates, leave the rest. Otherwise, let's get into it. The first card is a hope or a fear that you have about this decision. Page of Pentacles. Okay, so I think this is about you. Page of Pentacles is a student energy. Perhaps you want to learn something new. Maybe you're afraid of moving too fast, but you want to be the best at what you're doing, and you hope that you're learning something new and being the best at it. Let's take a look at something that you need to focus on while making this decision. Two of Wands. Okay. The question in the Two of Wands: do you want to do what's best for you, or do you want to do what's best for other people? They're like, the Two of Wands is like a choice card for sure. And the Two of Wands also is like, this is a time to observe, because when you do decide, when you do take action, you want to make it focused and you want to make it effective. So that's something that you should focus on while making this decision. Let's take a look at energy that you need to release. So this is something that's not serving you in this decision, and you should maybe let it go. Strength. Okay. In this deck, the Strength card is about strength coming from community. This is a gentle strength from like connection with other people. So I think, circling back to this, doing what's best for you or doing what's best for others. This is asking you to let go of that idea that strength is coming from community. So maybe you do want to focus on what's best for you. And giving too much to other people, maybe you want to let that go. And maybe just doing things to keep harmony with other people, also maybe let that go. Let's take a look at a past experience that you've had that you might want to take into consideration with this decision. The Ace of Swords. So I think you did have like an aha moment, a lightning moment where the fog kind of cleared. You were able to see things for what they were in a very rational sense. There was no emotion involved. It's kind of like one of those moments where it's like, oh my God, this is what's going on. I can see it clearly now. I understand. If you've had one of those moments, maybe consider reflecting on it, revisiting it, because there might be some good information in that moment that will help you with this decision. Let's take a look at a strength of yours. Ten of Wands. Okay. You are aware of the resources that are available to you. You are willing to go the mile, and you can go the mile. This is like putting in the work for a marathon, not a sprint, but you also maybe know how to delegate. You just know how to do hard things. Like you can carry a burden and keep going. Like you know how to do hard things. And that's what's going to help you here. Let's take a look at an external support. The Hierophant. Interesting. Okay, so this could be a person or it could be an institution. So when I say person, this would be someone who older, wiser, mentor, spiritual guide, somebody who's been through a similar experience. They have guidance and advice to give you and they will support you in this. Maybe a Taurus, because you can see there's like Taurus energy in this card. If it's not a person, it's an institution. So this could be a school, a religious institution. I guess those are the two big ones, school and religious institutions. Those are places that you can find support for this decision. Okay, I hope the reading resonated. Leave a like if it did. Let me know in the comments what's going on if you're comfortable sharing. I like hearing what's going on in your life. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm a new channel, so that really helps me out. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I'm going to link the other, I've already done it. The other two videos are already linked, so click on the eye to check out the other videos that might help you with this decision. And I hope you'll join me again in a future video.